A tragedy no one could have imagined. The baseball world is in mourning, and an entire family is searching for answers after a devastating loss. Former Yankees player Brett Gardner and his wife Jessica are living a true nightmare following the sudden passing of their youngest son, Miller Gardner, who was only 14 years old. During a family trip to Costa Rica, the boy fell ill and was later found lifeless. But what really happened? The circumstances are surrounded by mystery, and the more details emerge, the more unanswered questions remain. And there's one detail that could change everything. At first, authorities believed Miller had died from asphyxiation due to possible food poisoning. However, new reports have cast doubt on that theory. The investigation is ongoing, and so far, the exact cause of death has not been determined. What could have happened to young Miller? This agonizing question doesn't just affect the Gardner family. It has also shaken the baseball community and thousands of fans who follow Brett's career with the Yankees. Before we continue, if this news has impacted you and you want to stay updated with the latest Yankees reports, detailed insights, and exclusive analysis, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. This helps us a lot to keep delivering quality content and ensures you never miss the most important news. Now, let's break down everything that is known so far about this tragic story. On Friday morning, Miller Gardner was found lifeless in a hotel where his family was staying in Manuel Antonio, a popular tourist area in Costa Rica. The night before, Miller and other family members had dinner at a local restaurant, and shortly afterward, they began feeling unwell. Initially, the suspicion was that he had suffered food poisoning, which led to asphyxiation. However, a crucial detail emerged. ESPN reported that the boy's airways were not obstructed, ruling out mechanical asphyxiation. But if that wasn't the cause, then what happened? Miller's parents are devastated and searching for answers. In an emotional statement, Jessica and Brett Gardner expressed their grief. Miller was a beloved son and brother. We still can't comprehend our lives without his contagious smile. The uncertainty only deepens their pain as they now await the results of the autopsy and toxicology tests to understand what caused the young boy's unexpected passing. The sorrow over Miller Gardner's loss has extended beyond his family, touching the entire baseball community. The Yankees, the team where Brett Gardner spent his entire career, released a heartfelt statement. Words seem insignificant and inadequate to describe such an unimaginable loss. And rightfully so. Brett Gardner was a key player in the Yankees' 2009 World Series championship and became one of the most beloved players among fans. For over 17 years, his family had been a presence behind the scenes of the team, making this loss even more painful for the entire organization. At this moment, all that remains is to wait for more information from authorities and hope that the Gardner family finds the answers they so desperately seek. And if you want to stay closely updated on this story and the latest sports news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. Now, we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on this tragedy? Leave a comment below. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest Yankees news, don't leave just yet. The next story is going to surprise you. Yankees eyeing rotation reinforcement. Is a trade for Ranger Suarez the right move? The 2025 season hasn't even started yet, and the Yankees are already facing a major problem. Their starting rotation doesn't seem strong enough to compete on equal footing with the elite units in MLB. The main reason for this is injuries, which have sidelined Garrett Cole, Luis Gil, and Clark Schmidt. Even after some damage control measures, such as signing Max Fried, the pitching staff remains weakened, and if New York wants to stay in the title race, the front office may have to act quickly. With that in mind, one name starting to gain traction on the Yankees' radar is left-hander Ranger Suarez from the Philadelphia Phillies. According to Christopher Klein of Fansided, via Ali Muhammad of the Sporting News, Suarez could be a viable option to strengthen the Bronx Bombers' rotation. Thus, it seems the Phillies may decide to part ways with Suarez, possibly before the trade deadline. The Yankees' rotation desperately needs depth with Cole, their usual cornerstone, out of action. New York has already invested heavily in a left-hander this offseason, Max Fried, but adding Suarez would go a long way in stabilizing the rotation. But is this the right move for the Yankees? It's true that Suarez will start the season on the injured list, recovering from a back issue. For a team already struggling with rotation absences, it might seem contradictory to pursue a pitcher who is also unavailable at the moment. However, his time off shouldn't be too long, and when healthy, he has the ability to elevate the Yankees' pitching staff. At 29 years old, Suarez would come in as at least the team's third-best pitcher, behind only Garrett Cole and Max Fried. In 2024, he posted a solid 3.46 ERA with 145 strikeouts, numbers that showcase his consistency and ability to contribute at a high level. Additionally, his recent track record suggests he could serve as a true stabilizer for a rotation that currently lacks depth and reliability. And there's more. If Suarez actually lands in the Bronx and returns strong for his injury, the Yankees could finally put their rotation on par with the best in MLB, like those of the Los Angeles Dodgers and San Diego Padres. The question is it worth making a move now, or should they wait to see how the team performs in the first few weeks of the season? What about the financial impact and trade cost? Suarez is under contract for one more year, earning $8.8 million in 2025 before becoming an unrestricted free agent in 2026. This means any team interested in him will have to assess whether it's worth paying for a player who could leave at the end of the year, unless the Yankees are willing to negotiate a contract extension after a potential trade. The big challenge for New York will be finding a deal that makes sense both financially and competitively. If they can keep the core of the rotation intact while balancing the finances to absorb Suarez, he could be an extremely valuable addition to the team in both the short and long term. But what would the Phillies demand in return? Although Suarez is not a superstar, he is a reliable and financially affordable pitcher. If Philadelphia's front office decides to trade him, they will certainly want quality pieces in return, and the Yankees would have to evaluate whether it's worth giving up prospects or roster players to make the trade happen. Given this scenario, the big question remains: should the Yankees act immediately to secure Suarez, or would it be wiser to wait and explore other options in the market? Now, we want to hear from you. Should the Yankees pursue a trade for Ranger Suarez? Could he be the missing piece to solidify the rotation and keep the team competitive in 2025? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And of course, to stay up to date with all the latest MLB trade moves and Yankees news, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss any updates and will stay in the loop with everything happening in the baseball world. Now, check out this other video on your screen to stay updated on the latest Yankees news.